Welcome, everybody. Welcome back. This next question actually comes all the way from my hometown because I was asked it 3 times in one day by 3 random people on the street. So I better just answer the question. What's the most frustrating thing as a police officer that you deal with? It's a loud truck. Um, Lots of frustrating things as a police officer. I could probably give you at least 1,000 frustrating things. The biggest one, as far as internal goes, is internal politics in policing is absolute nightmare. Um, in policing, everybody has their own. I mean, not their own opinion. Everybody has their own agenda, which makes it really hard to accomplish a mission. If you're used to the military, where you're very, this is our mission, this is what we're gonna do, and then you go to policing, expect the same thing, and expecting the same thing, it's not gonna happen. Everybody has their own little agenda. Every boss is different. Every leadership style is different. It's kind of difficult in that sense. Second most frustrating thing I would say is lack of communication skills between the police and the public. Um, I think personally that the police do a horrible job at training the public on what they should do and how they should act in certain situations. It's no real fault on the police because when I go out to those scenes and I try to explain to people how they should act in certain situations, it comes across negative, right? Because now you're telling me what to do. How do you tell me what to do? Which brings me to the third point, which is a lot of people think that they understand the law, especially search and seizure, First Amendment, Sixth Amendment, Fifth Amendment type stuff, Fourth Amendment, is search and seizure. They think that they know the law, but in all reality, they have no clue. They might have taken a basic constitutional 101 class, but it's insufficient. If I would design a school, I would make everybody take a few years of constitutional law. The reason why is because if you understand the Constitution, you understand what is going on, and it really does open your eyes up when you truly understand it. Not just when um, not just when you think you understand, right? And you might have a strong opinion about something that's wrong. So constitutional law classes, read Constitution books. Those are always a benefit. Okay, second question is what's the number one thing? I get this all the time to improve my writing. It's actually write, and writing is important. So the number one skill that you can do and thing to practice is, I hate to say it, is you have to get in there and write. But even if you practice writing wrong, right, you're still going to be a crappy writer, even though you pushed out all this content, right? It doesn't work like that. So second thing is apply feedback. Apply feedback everywhere. So if I give you feedback on your assignments, apply that to your next assignment. In the professional land, guys, I still make mistakes. I still make mistakes in the classroom. Why? Because I'm rushing or I'm typing really fast and I make mistakes. 100%, and that's fine, guys. You don't have to be a perfect writer. Who cares? What you do have to do is be good, especially in the professional world, where those mistakes don't distract the reader from what you want them to understand. Technical writing, different story, right? There's no such thing as a mistake. You better get that. You better get that perfect with some technical writing stuff, especially contract writing. When a comic, it costs you millions of dollars. If you're interested in that case, I'll send it to you. And yes, commas can cost you $1 million. The third thing is read out loud. Not just read a book, but actually read out loud. I have some wonky book recommendations. I posted, I think, a few here that really help. You want to get the good books that have good sentence structure and good sound, right? You're paying attention to the sound of the words and the sound of the sentences. The more you read out loud, guys, I am telling you, the better writer you will be. I worked with, there's a group, and I just wish I had a little bit more time to do it again. But I would go and I would send a group, a small group starting at freshman year, probably about 15, 20 students, 30 students at max, to get them together, and I'll work with them for their first 3 years typically. If not 2 years, 3 years. I'll work with their writing. I'll give them advanced feedback, and I prep them and teach them how to write, but not just write, but master writing. The quickest way to master writing is by reading out loud. I make them buy the book that I recommended, the Vladimir book. The reason why is because the sentence structure is awesome and the sound is awesome. Guys, if you read that just one page, it only takes 1 to 2 pages a day, which is about 10 minutes. It's a little bit of a hard read. It's a really hard read, but you're not paying attention to context. You're not paying attention to what he's actually saying with the story. I don't pay attention to any of that. I listen to the sounds. When you want to be a writer, you have to read like a writer. I know that's different, especially like in fiction books. I like the story, I like the plot, but I'm paying attention to all the little tiny things that make the story the story. That's what you need to do. All right, I'll keep it short, guys. Have a great rest of the week. Once again, if you have any questions about anything, feel free to send me a message. These are all secured videos just for my students. I don't publish them out in the open world for obvious reasons, all right? So we can be confidential, and we can have this nice communication. Take care, guys. Have a fantastic week.